The world has been told for years that faith is fading, that belief is disappearing, and that religion no longer matters in modern life. Many say churches are empty and spirituality is dying. But that story is not the full truth. Something powerful is happening quietly across the world. In places few expected, the Catholic faith is not only surviving, it is growing, strengthening, and reshaping entire societies. Stay with this video till the end, because these new centers of faith may surprise you. For centuries, the heart of Catholicism was seen in Europe. Grand cathedrals, ancient traditions, and powerful institutions defined the faith. But history never stands still. As some old centers weakened, new ones began to rise. These new countries are not copying the past. They are creating a living faith shaped by struggle, joy, and deep commitment. These nations often face hardship. Poverty, political pressure, and social instability test people daily. Yet faith grows stronger in these conditions. Churches become places of hope. Communities form around prayer and service. The Catholic Church becomes more than a building. It becomes a lifeline. Let us begin this journey by exploring countries that are quietly becoming new centers of the Catholic faith. Number 10. South Korea. South Korea stands as one of the most remarkable stories in Catholic history. Unlike many places, the Church here did not begin with foreign missionaries. It began with local scholars who discovered Catholic writings and embraced the faith on their own. This foundation created a church rooted in conviction rather than control. Today, millions of South Koreans identify as Catholic. Adult conversions continue to rise, especially among educated young people searching for meaning in a fast-paced society. Catholic institutions are respected for honesty, service, and care for the vulnerable. Seminaries attract new vocations, and Korean missionaries now serve abroad, including in places where faith is declining. Number 9. Nigeria. Nigeria is becoming one of the strongest Catholic centers in the world. Despite facing violence and pressure, Nigerian Catholics gather in massive numbers. Worship is joyful, deep, and fearless. Churches overflow with people of all ages, especially the young. What sets Nigeria apart is courage. Faith is lived openly, even under threat. Vocations are rising rapidly, and Nigerian priests and religious are now serving in Europe and North America. This country shows that faith grows strongest when tested. Number 8. India. India carries one of the oldest Christian traditions in the world, dating back to the earliest followers of Christ. Today, the Catholic Church in India is vibrant and active across cities and villages. Schools, hospitals, and charitable works serve millions regardless of belief. Young men and women continue to enter religious life, driven by a desire to serve the poor and forgotten. Even amid social pressure and legal challenges, Indian Catholics live their faith through quiet service and strong community bonds. Number 7. Mexico. Mexico's Catholic identity runs deep. While many once feared the faith was becoming only cultural, a new awakening is taking place. Millions gather in pilgrimage, prayer, and devotion. Young people are returning to the church, not out of habit, but passion. Parishes are alive with worship, study groups, and service. Devotion to Mary remains a powerful force, drawing people together across generations. Mexico is reclaiming its spiritual fire. Number 6. Indonesia. In the world's largest Muslim-majority nation, Catholicism grows quietly but powerfully. Catholic communities are known for education, healthcare, and peace-building. Faith is expressed through action more than words. Vocations remain strong. And Catholics live as respectful witnesses among neighbors of other beliefs. This quiet strength has made Indonesia an unexpected center of Catholic life in Asia. These countries share one thing in common. Faith is not inherited. It is lived. It is chosen daily through sacrifice and service. This is why they are becoming new centers of Catholicism. Number 5. The Philippines. The Philippines is one of the strongest Catholic nations in the world. But what makes it new again is how alive the faith feels. Catholic belief is woven into everyday life. Streets fill with prayer, music, and devotion. Churches overflow not only on special days, but regularly. Young people lead much of this revival. They organize prayer groups, service missions, and faith gatherings. Families pass devotion from one generation to the next with joy. The church also plays a central role in education and healthcare. It's making faith visible through service. The Philippines has also become a major missionary force. Filipino priests, religious, and lay workers serve across the world, especially in countries where faith is weakening. In this way, the Philippines is not only a center of faith, but a source of renewal for others. Number 4, Vietnam. Vietnam's Catholic story is one of endurance. For generations, believers faced pressure and restriction. Yet instead of fading, the faith grew stronger. Today, Catholic communities in Vietnam are young, active, and deeply committed. Churches are filled with families and youth. Vocations continue to rise, with seminaries often full. Devotion to Mary remains central, drawing large gatherings of prayer and pilgrimage. Faith here is quiet but unshakable. Vietnam shows how belief survives when it is rooted deeply in the heart. Even without freedom or visibility, faith flourishes when lived with sincerity. Number 3, Argentina. Argentina is experiencing a surprising renewal of Catholic life. For years, many believed faith was losing influence. Yet a strong movement has emerged, especially among young people. Prayer nights, service groups, and devotion to Mary are growing. Pilgrimages attract millions, led increasingly by youth. Parishes are becoming places of encounter rather than routine. The influence of leadership that speaks of humility, service, and care for the poor has also shaped this renewal. Argentina is rediscovering faith not as tradition but as mission. Number 2, the Democratic Republic of Congo, in the heart of Africa. The Democratic Republic of Congo is becoming one of the most powerful centers of Catholic faith in the world. Despite poverty and conflict, the church stands as a pillar of hope. Parishes serve as places of worship, education, healthcare, and shelter. Faith is celebrated with joy, music, and deep community spirit. Youth participation is strong, and vocations are rising rapidly. Congolese Catholics are also sending priests and religious abroad, reversing the old pattern of mission work. The faith that once arrived from outside is now being shared with the world. What makes these countries special is not size or wealth. It is commitment. Faith here demands effort. It requires courage, and that effort produces strength. In these places, the church is not distant. It is close to the people, listens, serves, and walks alongside them. This closeness creates trust and loyalty. Another shared feature is service. Schools, hospitals, and charities form the backbone of Catholic presence. Through action, belief becomes visible. This is why faith remains credible and respected. These nations also show that suffering does not weaken belief. It refines it. When people rely on faith to survive, it becomes real and personal. As older centers struggle with doubt and division, these new centers rise with clarity and confidence. They do not claim perfection, they claim purpose. Number 1, Brazil. Brazil is becoming the most powerful new center of the Catholic faith in the modern world. For many years, people believed Catholicism in Brazil was fading. Secular ideas grew louder. Other religious movements expanded quickly. Many claimed the church was losing its voice. But beneath the surface, something very different was happening. Today, Brazil is witnessing a deep and visible awakening of Catholic life. This revival is not driven by institutions alone. It is rising from ordinary people, especially the young. Across cities and rural areas, churches are filling again with prayer, worship, and community life. Faith is no longer passive. It is active, joyful, and confident. One of the strongest signs of this renewal is youth involvement. Young Brazilians are gathering for prayer, music, and service in numbers few expected. They are not drawn by habit or pressure. They are drawn by meaning. In a world filled with confusion, faith gives direction. This hunger for truth is reshaping the church from within. Catholic movements focused on prayer, service, and evangelization are spreading rapidly. Retreats attract thousands. Worship gatherings fill stadiums and parish halls. People openly share their faith without fear or shame. This openness marks a turning point. Catholic identity is no longer hidden or defensive. It is lived openly. Devotion to Mary remains a powerful force. Millions travel in pilgrimage to sacred shrines, not as tourists but as believers seeking renewal. Families pray together. Young people walk long distances as acts of faith. These pilgrimages unite people across social and economic lines. They remind the nation of its spiritual roots. Parishes are also changing. Many are becoming centers of formation and mission rather than routine attendance. Confession, prayer groups, and study gatherings are growing. The sacraments are being rediscovered as encounters rather than obligations. This shift has restored depth to everyday faith. Another key sign of renewal is the rise in vocations. More young men and women are choosing religious life and priesthood. Seminaries that once struggled are seeing new life. These vocations are shaped by strong community support and deep prayer. They represent a future built on commitment rather than comfort. Catholic social work continues to play a vital role in Brazil. The Church serves the poor, the sick, and the forgotten. In areas where systems fail, Catholic institutions remain present. This service builds trust. Faith is not only preached, it is lived through action. What makes Brazil unique is its balance of joy and depth. Worship is filled with music and life, but also grounded in tradition and teaching. This balance attracts people searching for something real. It shows that faith can be both alive and serious. Brazil also represents a larger shift in global Catholicism. The center of faith is no longer defined by old power structures. It is shaped by people who live belief in daily life. Countries like Brazil are not inheriting faith. They are choosing it again. Looking across all 10 countries, a clear pattern emerges. The Catholic faith is growing strongest where it is lived under pressure, shared in community, and expressed through service. These new centers are not perfect. They face challenges, but they possess clarity and purpose. This shift carries an important message. Faith does not disappear when society changes. It adapts. It finds new voices and new homes. The future of Catholicism is not confined to history. It is being written now in places shaped by hope and struggle. As some older centers wrestle with doubt, these new nations move forward with confidence. They are forming leaders, missionaries, and communities that will shape the Church for generations. The direction is clear. The heart of Catholicism is beating louder in new places. This does not mean the past is forgotten. Tradition remains vital, but tradition now walks hand in hand with renewal. The Church is becoming global in spirit, voice, and mission. The rise of these new centers invites reflection. Faith grows where people live it fully, weakens where it becomes only a symbol. The lesson is simple, but powerful. The story of Catholicism is far from ending, it is entering a new chapter. One written not in stone buildings alone, but in living communities of belief. These 10 countries are not simply becoming new centers of Catholicism. They are reminding the world what faith looks like when it is lived fully. As you reflect on this journey, consider what makes faith strong. Is it buildings, power, or numbers? Or is it people who believe deeply and live honestly? The answer shapes the future. If this story inspired you, take a moment to share your thoughts. Support conversations that explore faith with honesty and depth. Stay connected to stories that reveal hope in unexpected places. Your voice matters. Your curiosity matters. And the future of faith is still being written.